Hello and welcome to episode number 267 of the Launch Lounge podcast. Today's episode is called Under 1K Subscribers, You Can Still Crush Your Launch. And if you've been holding back because your audience is small, today's episode is going to be a game changer for you. I'm going to show you exactly how to crush your launch even if you have under 1,000 subscribers. So stay tuned. Hello. I want to say good morning because it is early in the morning when I'm recording this. I hope you're well. We have had some lovely long weekends here in Australia. It's been Easter long weekend, and then we had Anzac Day, which is sort of, in a way, maybe our Australian version of the 4th of July for my American friends. And so we have, as we go into colder weather, as it starts to cool down, I love this time of year because we get to have some extra barbecues, or as us South Africans call it, a braai. And we've been chilling and hanging out by the pool. It's been delightful. I hope you are well wherever you are right now, and that you are also feeling great about life, feeling great about your business, and feeling great about making some money selling online courses, launching, getting it up and out. Now, today's episode is for all of you who are still working towards getting your email list to that 4-digit number, 1,000. Now, it's funny because in the years that I've been doing this, I can honestly say that there's one thing that hasn't changed. This has been a constant. It has always been the same. You can make a big impact with your email list when they are less than 1,000. And then you kind of want to get to 5,000 as fast as you want, as fast as you can. Because it's one of those things that when your list is still small, they tend to be quite warm. Often, most of you wouldn't be using ads to build your email list when you have less than 1,000 people. So you would have been working your hiney off, right? Yeah, I can see some of you nodding. You're working your hiney off to get your email list to that first 1,000 subscribers. And the beauty of this, the beauty of putting your energy into building your email list, is that that email list is actually a lot warmer than what your email list end up being once it hits more than 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 people. I've just had a conversation with a client whose email list is well and truly over 20,000. And she's been saying she doesn't understand why her email open rates are dropping, her click rates are dropping. And when I looked at the amount of money she spent on ads in the last 12 months versus the 12 months before, I said that it looks like it pans out because the temperature of the audience is dropping, right? We have interrupted people in their news feed with an ad. And yes, we addressed the pain point, we presented a solution, we gave them something they want, and so they opted in for her email list. But that's very different from when they find you organically on social media, or they see you speaking at a conference, or they hear you speak on somebody else's podcast, or you're a guest host at something. Like once they find you through any of those other strategies, they often tend to be a lot warmer, right? And that's why I always say, don't stop doing the organic stuff when you start running ads for your email list, because you could run into a spot where now your audience is quite cold. And once they're quite cold, it's can be a bit challenging to get them warm again. And if you do have an audience that's cold, listen to the last episode 266, where I spoke about how to reinvigorate your email list if your email list is not quite as responsive as you want it to be. It's important that we have responsive email lists. And I want to say your email list, even if you're thinking, wow, my email list isn't that responsive, if you're getting open rates higher than 20%, you're doing well, right? A lot of people are surprised when I say that to them. But if you're getting open rates higher than 20%, you're doing well, okay? So know that, please. So if you've got a list that's lower than 1,000 people, and your email list, your open rate is higher than 20%, then you are in a position where you really are ready to launch. I really want you to know that you can start making money from that email list today. And I'm going to tell you exactly how. But before I tell you how, I want to share something with you that is a model that I have. It's been inside my head. I remember the first time. Let me tell you, I remember where I was when I came up with this model. I was lying poolside in Fiji. I think it was 2021, maybe 2022. It was post COVID. It was just after things had opened up again because we were desperate to go somewhere. And we booked a holiday in Fiji, and us and my best friend, our families went together. And I was still a little riddled with anxiety to the point where I struggled to switch off. So any of you who lie poolside on holidays coming up with new models to describe your content, I hope you feel seen. I don't recommend that. I'm in a much healthier place now where I'm reading trashy novels when I'm on holiday. But I was lying poolside in Fiji, and I realized that every online course has three things that when those three things come together, or every online course marketing business, right? The marketing of online courses, when these three things come together, it is a beautiful orchestra playing together, right? And these three things are your audience, and within your audience, things to consider would be your audience temperature and your audience size, right? Those are important things to consider. So when you're building your audience, you are going for size, but you're also going to have to consider the temperature of that audience, because a warm audience, typically people who join your email list from social media, are more likely to buy when you make an offer than a cold audience. And so when you become more advanced and you build your business and you learn more marketing skills and more sales skills, then you can get away with selling to cold audiences. And that's why we tend to say, don't start with evergreen, live launch first. Learn how to optimize those funnels before you go to evergreen, because an evergreen offer is made to a cold audience. And so you have to have your conversion points really dialed in. You have to have your conversion copy written well. You have to have your funnel really dialed in, all right? So the first element of a successful online courses business is the audience. The second element is you have to have offers that convert. Everything we make money with is an offer. And even some things we don't make money with, even your lead magnet. When you're putting your lead magnet in front of people, you're making an offer. And they're saying yes or no based on whether that offer resonated with them, right? And so there are skills that you need to develop to learn how to make better offers, to learn how to write better conversion copy. None of us are born with these things. There are skills that can be taught and skills that can be learned. But if I think back to myself when I was a rookie, when I was just getting started, I was a great teacher. I feel like teaching comes naturally to me. I'm the daughter of a teacher and a lawyer, and so teaching and convincing, no, maybe not convincing, I want to say imparting knowledge, that kind of came very naturally to me. But the whole marketing language, the whole, speaking in terms of benefits and outcomes and influencing people's behavior and understanding the psychology of influence, that was something I had to learn. I didn't know that at the start. And the colder your audience is going to get, the better you're going to have to get at this conversion language and at creating hot offers. But luckily, when we have a really super duper warm audience, we can get away with okay offers, right? As long as our offers meet the needs of our customers and they're willing to pay for it, they will buy without fancy sales strategies, without fancy conversion copy, because they've already bought us, right? If you have an online courses or coaching business that is already profitable and you're ready to hire the best ads team to help you scale your business with Facebook and Instagram ads, I want to invite you to apply for one of the openings we have in the agency right now. We've opened up 2 spots for new clients starting on November the 1st, and we're actively looking for 2 coaches or course creators who are ready to open the floodgates of traffic on their profitable funnels so that they can scale to 7 figures faster. Go to thelaunchlounge.com/agency right now to apply. So that's number 2. You need funnels, you need offers that convert. Number 3 element of a great online course business marketing is you need funnels that flow. And by funnels that flow, I mean literally the structure of how you're going to move people from I don't know who you are to I know who you are and I'm curious about what you have, to tell me more about this thing that you're going to solve for me, to give it to me now. Here's my credit card, right? There is a structure to how we take people on that journey. From strangers to buyers, right? A lot of you will have seen the picture of a funnel, an inverted funnel, where we talk about the top of funnel or TOF, middle of funnel, MOF, and BOF, bottom of funnel. It's terrible acronyms, terrible. But there is that basic 3-layer funnel in everything we do, because we don't want to be that creepy person who just goes out and asks strangers to marry us, right? We don't just want to be that creepy person who goes and asks for the sale without ever really understanding our prospect really well. So those are the 3 things: audience temperature, or audiences and their temperature, offers that convert, and funnels that flow. So let's just talk a little bit about the audience. And in this case specifically, the fact that you have a fairly small audience, but an audience nonetheless, right? If you have a list that's smaller than 1,000 people, I really hope you're emailing that list valuable content at least every week, but maybe even twice a week. If you're not, please start doing that right now, immediately today. Send out that email. If you haven't spoken to them in a while, don't apologize for it. They haven't noticed, right? So just send them an email and start again. It's one of those things that they teach you in meditation. Just you can always start again. You just start again. Just start again. Just start again. Okay? But sit down today and write 4 emails. And schedule those 4 emails for the next 4 weeks so that you know you have good quality content going out to your audience. And it'll be even better if you can send them to a podcast episode, to a YouTube video, or to a blog post, some large format content where you add value to them. Because now what you're doing is you're building relationships with them outside of the email, right? You're adding value to them outside of the email, but you're also sharing your expertise. And so they're getting to know you more. And the other little thing is you're also training them to click on emails, because if you're only going to ask them to click on an email the very first time you invite them to a webinar and they're not trained to click, then your click rates might be a little bit lower. So start today. The benefit of having a small audience, if you keep them warm, is that warm audiences are more likely to convert, even if you don't have the best offer in the world, right? You can get away with less marketing and less sales experience. And the reason is they buy you. They've already bought you. They listen to you, they love you, they follow you, they adore you, they want more of you. So they are buying you. But you're still going to have to package whatever you are going to offer them into some kind of a palatable offer. That offer needs to meet a pain point that they're willing to pay for, right? So I used to work with a student who had a background in corporate coaching. So a lot of the things that she was talking about and a lot of the things that she had experience in was leadership coaching in a corporate environment. And she was trying to build an online course and trying to figure out how can she sell an online course so that she doesn't have to rely on companies to hire her anymore. And so that she can build a one-to-many model, right? So she doesn't have to spend 2 or 3 days driving to an office where she spends time with the people in the office, and she has to sell to the HR manager and that sort of thing. She wanted to use social media to build an audience and sell some courses. And initially, her idea was to sell leadership coaching or leadership coaching courses to executive women. Now, this didn't fly. And do you want to know why? It is because even though her list was filled with executive females who wanted her leadership coaching, who listened to her podcast, who opened her email, they're not used to paying for leadership coaching or leadership training. They are in corporate spaces where the companies tend to buy this. And so this isn't a pain enough for them personally to want to say, okay, I'm going to spend my money on this. But what we did find is a lot of examples of leadership coaches in this female leadership space selling courses on public speaking, right? So maybe a course on speaking confidently in public and in the boardroom. Now, there's something that they would feel personal pain around. And so they're more likely to invest in that. It's a much smaller, more specific problem that we're solving. And the more specific the problem is that your course can solve, the easier it will be for you to explain the benefits of it. And if you can really know that your ideal customer has pain around a specific problem that they want a solution for and they're willing to pay for it, then you can build a course offer around that. And you don't even have to build the full course. You can launch it as a beta launch or as a, as a first round, and you build it while you work with some students. You will do well if you can, when you make this offer, connect the features of your offer to real benefits that they want. If this is the only marketing skill that you have, this will be the best marketing skill for you to, it'll serve you the best when you are making an offer to a small audience. If you can speak to the benefits of what they get, so for example, let's say you're doing the course on speaking confidently in public and you are talking about your lessons and you have, let's say, lesson 1 is about body language. If you can say lesson 1 is about body language and I'm going to teach you to look and feel confident even if you're nervous on the outside. Or you could say look and feel so confident that no one knows you're actually nervous on the inside. Can you see how I've taken body language, which is a feature, and I've turned it into a benefit? She wants to look confident. She wants to feel confident. She wants them to be fooled into thinking she's confident, right? So it's not just about body language. Body language is me, the teacher, telling you, the student, what I'm going to teach you. That is a feature. When me, the marketer, can tell you, the aspiring confident speaker, how my lesson will benefit you, now I'm speaking marketing language. So just sit down and take your offer and just make sure you ask yourself, with everything that you're doing, ask yourself, so what? From her perspective, so what? If I have a lesson on body language, so what? Why should she care about this? What is it that she wants that this lesson is going to give her? And the more you can train yourself to speak to benefits, the better your offer will land. And then the third thing is, I want you to create a funnel that matches your price point. The larger the price point is, the longer the journey is that we need to take people on, and the more intensive the journey is that we need to take people on. So if you have a coaching offer over $3,000, you're probably going to want to invite them to a webinar, present your offer to them there, and then invite them to apply or invite them to book a one-on-one call. So you can see how there's multiple intimate touch points before they're willing to say, yes, I will part with $3,000. If your offer is over $500, you might want to invite them to a webinar of some kind, or a masterclass, or a challenge, or a short boot camp, 5 days or so. Not 20 days, 5 days. For something over $500, you have to keep it where you can maintain their attention for a significant period of time, But it's not so long that they completely lose interest and they go, well, the pain of being in this funnel is more than the pain of getting the solution, right? And then anything under $400, you can probably sell that with a short video sales letter or with a good email sequence. And I have examples everywhere of email sequences that you can use. If you go to my podcast page and you just search for email marketing or email sequence, you'll find some episodes where I've spoken about email sequences. So those are the 3 key ingredients of any online course offer. Your audience, doesn't matter what size they are. They can be less than 1,000 because then they're going to be warmer. Your offer needs to match their pain points, and your funnel needs to match the price point of what you're selling. So there you have it. The size of your audience matters far less than the quality of your relationship with them and how precisely your offer solves problems that they are willing to pay, and how strategically you moved them along through that funnel from saying, yes, I'm curious, to yes, give it to me now. Remember, start by focusing on warming up your existing audience rather than obsessing too much about growing it. Make sure those 1,000 people are warm and then invite them to something where you pitch your offer and they will say yes. So create an offer that directly addresses those pain points they're willing to pay to solve. And match your funnel type to the price point. Don't go too big for a low dollar offer. Don't go too small for a high dollar offer. And there you have it. That, my friends, is how you are going to crush your launch, even with less than 1,000 subscribers. Go forth and create your freedom empire. Sell your courses now. Start making offers today. Don't wait until something is perfect or until all the ducks line up. You have got this and you can create your offer today. I want you to email me at podcast@thelaunchlounge.com and tell me, what are you going to offer right now while your audience is hot and your list size is under 1,000 subscribers? Have a lovely day, and I will be back here on Thursday to hang out with you. Bye. Before you go, if today's episode helped you, imagine how many more lives could be transformed if other creators, coaches, and experts found these strategies too. Your shares and reviews help more course creators discover how to get their knowledge out into the world. Please take a moment to rate the show and leave a quick review. When you do, we get to reach more people and we make a bigger impact together. Because when more people who help people succeed, the world becomes a better place. Thank you.